Most developers can't get a custom HTML site into Zoho sites because Zoho simply does not accept raw HTML uploads. We figured out exactly which files Zoho wants, where they go and how to skip the trial and error. Here's the full walkthrough. I'm going to show you exactly which files you need and where each one goes inside Zoho. If you want our ready-made template files, stick to the very end, because this will save you days of trial and error. And just in a moment I will tell you how to get them. Quick context: in part 1 I showed how Cursor with Figma MCP turns a design into code, and in the description to this video I will add a new prompt for Cursor that will extract better code that we're gonna use now. So here's what Cursor gives us at the very end. One HTML file per page, so home, about, service and so on, as you can see on the screen. Then one separate CSS file with all the styles and image folder with all the assets. That's it. 3 things, and now let's get them straight into Zoho. Open Zoho Site Builder, go to Settings, Customization, Templates, Edit, HTML and CSS. This is where the real work will happen. You'll see 3 areas on the left: images, style sheets and face files. Start with face files. There are 2 files that you should care about the most. First, we create a underscore theme.face. This is your shell. Header goes on top, footer at the bottom, and content slot will be in the middle. That's a template file where you replace its content. Your header HTML from home.html that we got from Cursor goes into header section. Then you can see a content slot, let's say a body, and we don't touch it. And then your footer HTML, where you obviously put the footer code. And that's it, we don't touch it anymore. Now every single page on the site will automatically has your header and footer. Second, page.face. 4 lines of code. And it tells Zoho basically just to use the shell and put page content here. Done. We don't touch it anymore. Next, style sheets. Click Add File. You upload 2 CSS files here. The first one is custom styles CSS, straight from Cursor. Just paste the content from your style.css. And the second is Zoho base override CSS. This is the one that we built ourselves. It fixes basically about a dozen things Zoho does to your CSS that would otherwise break the design. Because Zoho has its own shell and we need to give the priority to our CSS file. And now open template.conf, also in the template editor. Find the style sheets area and add the names of both of your CSS files. And remember that the order here matters. This is the only way to make Zoho actually load them, and then simply click Save. Now go back to Site Builder, delete the default pages that came with the template, if you don't need them obviously, and then create one new blank page for each HTML file from Cursor. So home, about, services and so on, whatever you have. Inside each new page, drag a code snippet block onto the canvas. Everything else needs to be deleted. Then open the matching HTML file from Cursor, say the home.html, as you can see on the screen. Copy everything between the closing header tag and the opening footer tag. That's your page content. No header, no footer, we already have it. And paste it into the code snippet and hit save. Repeat for every page. 5 pages take maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes total. And that's it. Last setup step, images. You go to Files, Images and Upload. Upload everything from the image folders that Cursor gave you and click each image and Zoho will show you the exact name it gave that file. Everything should work now, but if you don't see the photo, just check the links Cursor created, as sometimes it can make the wrongful ones, and change it to the right one. Example you can see right now on the screen. Now hit publish and refresh your page, and everything should be working there. This is what you get at the end. Header, full width, custom branding, hero section, pixel perfect from the Figma, and basically every other section looks exactly like the designer's mockup. Interactive elements also working. custom footer, present. And here is the part that sells the system to your client. They open their dashboard, click Add New Page, blank page appears. But watch, the header and footer are already there, because they live in the theme phase file. The client just simply drag and drop sections that they need, and they don't need to use any kind of code or developer to create a new page, for example. You just build the website once and client can manage it forever. What I just walked you through, theme phase, page phase, the override CSS, template conf, and the page workflow, took us weeks of testing, reading Zoho documentation, and going back and forth with their support to figure it out. If you want to skip that, we put together a starter pack. It includes our Zoho base override CSS file, ready-made theme files skeleton that you just plug your header and footer into, a correct page face, and the exact prompt we feed cursor, so it generates Zoho-friendly code from the start, and a checklist with all the steps in order, and obviously our help throughout the whole journey. Message us and book a free consultation. Link will obviously be in the description, and you will be able to receive this pack when starting working with us. Quick word on why this matters. A standard agency builds a custom Zoho site from Figma in 3 to 4 weeks. Designer plus front-end developer plus Zoho specialist. Average price to the client somewhere in the quite huge range. With our newly created pipeline, we can do it in just a couple of days, same quality. That's why we make this video, to find clients who want a custom and perfectly working Zoho website. So, 2 ways to take action. 1. If you have a Figma design and want a website on Zoho sites, send it to us. Link for contact is in the description. We'll send you a quota and a timeline within a day. And 2. If you just want our starter file pack to do it yourself, message us and we will explain the options. Subscribe if you want more videos and tutorials, and I will see you next week.